Have you ever walked into a perfect home and felt absolutely nothing? Or walked into a messy one and felt immediately anxious? We think decorating is about pillows, paint swatches, and Pinterest boards. But psychologists disagree. They say your home isn't just a place you live, it's a second brain. And right now, that brain is fried. Today, we're hacking the psychology of your floor plan. Why clutter causes cortisol, why ceilings control your thoughts, and why the one room you ignore is making you lonely. Let's go inside.
Let's start with a dirty secret. That pile of mail on the table, it's not just ugly. Psychologists at Princeton University found that physical clutter competes for your attention. They call this visual noise. Every time you see those unpaid bills or that pile of laundry, your brain sends a tiny, low-level alarm signal. Cortisol spikes, just a little, but constantly. Here's the trick. Clean isn't a moral issue. It's a sensory issue. If you want to feel smarter and calmer instantly, don't reorganize. Hide. Put a screen in front of the office. Use a basket for the dog toys. Out of sight literally means out of mind. That feeling of relief, that's your brain finally turning off the to-do list tab.
Let's look up. What color is your ceiling? What shape are your walls? There's a study from the University of Minnesota that architects love. They asked people to solve puzzles in 2 rooms, one with 8-foot ceilings, one with 10-foot ceilings. People in the high ceiling room were better at creative, abstract thinking. People in the low ceiling room better at detail-oriented, analytical work. So stop fighting your architecture. The living room. If you want deep conversations, lower the lights and keep the ceiling visually low, dark paint or a big pendant lamp. The home office. If you feel stuck writing a novel, paint the ceiling pale blue or white to simulate sky. It unlocks freedom. And control. Ever notice how people always fight for the seat facing the door in a restaurant? It's called prospect-refuge theory. We are prey animals. If your back is to a hallway or a door, your nervous system is on guard. Put your desk facing the entrance. Put a solid bookshelf behind your couch. When you can see who is coming, you can finally relax.
Touch this, taps the glass table. It feels expensive. It feels modern. Now touch this, runs hand over round wood. It feels safe. Neuroscience says we process shapes emotionally. Sharp edges, squares, rectangles, trigger the amygdala. They feel threatening or formal. Great for a law office, bad for a bedroom. Curves, circles, ovals, activate the anterior cingulate cortex, the empathy center. If you have anxiety, look around. How many sharp corners are pointing at your bed? That's called an arrow of anxiety. Soften them. A round rug, an arched mirror, curved sofa arms. Your skin literally cannot tell the difference between a visual edge and a physical one. A sharp room feels like a criticism. A round room feels like a hug.
Here is where most influencers get it wrong. They tell you to buy sad beige toys or minimalist everything. But psychology says your home must tell your story. There is a phenomenon called identity reinforcement. When you look at a shelf of your books, your travel trinkets, your grandmother's ugly vase, your brain releases dopamine. A hotel room is perfect, but you can't sleep well there for more than 3 nights. Why? There is no you in it. The brain doesn't feel safe in a generic space because it doesn't know if the space belongs to you. Throw away the trendy sign that says live, laugh, love. Buy the weird ceramic frog. Frame the blurry vacation photo. Put the guitar you don't play on the wall. The most psychologically healthy home isn't the prettiest, it's the truest.
So here is your prescription for today. Hide 3 things that cause visual clutter. Move your desk so your back isn't to the door. Display 1 weird thing that makes you smile. We spend so much time trying to impress guests we don't like, in rooms that stress us out. Stop decorating for the gaze of others. Start designing for the nervous system of yourself.
If you want a deep dive on the color psychology of the bedroom, specifically why red sheets are a terrible idea for insomniacs, click that video on screen. Now, go move that one chair. You'll feel the difference tonight. See you next week.